It's Friday evening. I had a long week of work, so now I finally have some time to sew. Because I have this cotton fabric, I was thinking maybe I could make a simple PJ set just to make something. I want to sew something just to sew because I haven't made anything this past week. Also, my friend invited me to her birthday today and I really don't want to go. I feel so bad, but I want to stay home and I want to sew and I want to get my inspiration back. Maybe I should go. What should I do? Whenever I start overthinking, I should just stop myself and do something. Also, lately I've been getting inspired to journal more. I used to journal, but I can never keep journaling consistently. I really need to have a routine of journaling. I hope this intro wasn't too long, and let's just spend a chill sewing evening today. And I'm gonna show you what I make when I don't feel like making anything and how simple it is to actually sew. So when you're making shorts, you usually have two pieces of back of the shorts and two pieces of front of the shorts. Very important to sew the correct pieces together, because what did I do just now? Right, I have two front pieces sewn together and two back pieces sewn together. Now I have to undo everything and resew it from scratch. Don't rush. Advice is not to rush. You won't be able to make anything good if you rush. A little update, I did end up going out last night, but I finished the shorts. I think they look super cute. These are just like these simple pajama shorts, like loungewear, maybe you can say that. Today we're gonna be making a top, so I currently have these triangles. I made these triangles for a dress. I decided to go for a different top instead, and I just have these left over from that project. I think that they would look pretty good with this pajama top, because also the way I'm gonna sew them is I'm gonna like overlap a bit at the front, so obviously it's like a little bit more secure. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the measurements of this top, write them down, sew it together, and hopefully this is it. I think this was pretty quick. I literally was connecting front and the back pieces, and look what I did. So here's the seam, and here's the seam. I have to undo it and redo it correctly so all the seams are inside. While I was sewing, I was thinking how I mentioned earlier that I want to start journaling again. I was thinking, why did I stop journaling in the first place? Because I used to journal quite a bit when I was younger, when I was like 6 years old. I had this little diary where I was writing all of my thoughts, and I was sometimes taking it with me to school. One day I had a bad day at school, and I came home and I was like really angry at some teachers. I genuinely did not write anything like crazy, because I feel like even back then I was kind of cautious about what I was writing in my diary. You obviously want to be honest, but also there's a chance that someone might actually read it. I remember I wrote something like, "This teacher is so arrogant, she is unable to control her anger." I still have this notebook somewhere, but I was being like very much more into emotional context. She should stop putting out her anger on her students. I said sterva. I don't know if it could be an equivalent to B word. I don't think it is, because sterva is something you can say in front of your parents. I think like most people, I had teachers that I liked and I had teachers that I don't like, and on that page basically I like listed all of my teachers and I wrote a few facts about every single one. And the worst thing I wrote about a teacher was, "She's a sterva." I had this English teacher, and during one of our lessons I was chatting with a friend, and it was also towards the end of the lesson. She got annoyed with me and she said, "Leana, you gotta stop this, or otherwise I'm gonna tell all the teachers what you think about them." I remember my heart dropping. I was like frozen because I knew exactly what she was referring to. Important fact, I don't remember losing my journal or anything. I might have left it on my desk and then I came back the next day and I took it. When she said this in front of the whole class, I honestly did not know what to do. It's not like we were having a conversation because she just said it to make me listen to what she was saying. But I remember really liking that teacher actually, and I am sure I mentioned that I like her in those notes. When I came home, I really did not want to tell anyone about it, but I was just so stiff and like cold and I didn't know what to do. So obviously my mom started like asking me what happened because she could tell, and I just started bawling my eyes out. I was crying. I told her everything. One of my worries was that this little diary did not only have that one page about teachers, it had a lot of personal information that some of that I might have been keeping secret, and just understanding that there's a chance that she read everything made me feel very guilty. I'm sure she might have just had a bad day and like she maybe wanted to teach me a lesson. The next day, after I told my parents, they came into my school to talk to that teacher. That moment I felt really bad. I felt like I should have not ever told them anything. I don't know what my parents told her. I don't know how that conversation went. Just remember everyone being in a good mood, and my parents told me like everything is fine, like she's such a nice teacher, like it's all good. And I think we might have hugged with her. I think we made peace in the end, and obviously she continued being my teacher and everything was fine. I don't remember having any issues with her, like any drama since then. But since that moment I stopped journaling completely. I feel like it's a very common situation. I would be really curious to read if you have any similar stories, because obviously a lot of people have journals and there's a really high chance that someone might read them, and I'm sure it happened to a lot of people, so I would love to know if it did. One of the reasons it's difficult for me to journal these days is because when I write stuff, I can't stop thinking about someone else reading that, and I'm not honest with myself and like my emotions because I'm so scared someone might actually take it and read it. It was a little story moment. I don't know how much of a relevance it was to this video. I'm gonna saw these and then I'm gonna cut this. Now that I finished this pajama set, I'm just gonna throw it into the washing machine because that's the easiest way to get the seams into their natural state. I think that this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you attempt to make this set, because it was honestly very easy. It's like a project that you will never go wrong with. Sorry for trauma dumping. I don't know how I'm gonna title this video because that was very much random. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next one. Bye!